Highball bakers, store-bought gummy bears, although delicious, tend to have tons of foreign unpronounceable ingredients in them. So I wanted to show you how you can make them yourself at home with just 4 ingredients and all natural sugars. So let's get started. Being able to bake is so great for a lot of reasons. One in particular is that you know and can control what goes into your food. My one tip always is to use good quality ingredients. We're going to start out by preparing our fruit for our homemade gummies. So I have some strawberries that have been defrosted. Feel free to use fresh, but when berries are out of season, I like to use frozen. And what we're going to do with these is put them into a food processor and make a puree. We're just going to puree them until they're nice and fine and there's no lumps. Next, we're going to take our puree and pass it through a sieve. Now we do this step because we want to remove seeds and we also want to end up with a nice smooth strawberry puree at the end. So we have our lovely fruit puree. We're going to head over to the stove and combine it with the rest of the ingredients. In a heavy bottom saucepan, add in your strawberry puree, water, lemon juice and honey, and then heat all of these ingredients together until they just come to a simmer. Now that our mix is simmering, it's time to add in our gelatin. Now if you are vegan or don't eat gelatin, you can always replace this with agar powder, which you can buy online or in a health food shop. Sprinkle your gelatin over the mix and then whisk it in until there's no more lumps and your mix comes back up to a simmer. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to turn this off the heat. I can see that there's no lumps of gelatin, it's nice and smooth. If you do find lumps of gelatin in yours, you can feel free to pass it through a sieve again to remove those. To make these real authentic gummy bears, I'm going to set mine in this mold that I got online. It's really inexpensive. However, if you don't have one of these molds, you can always line a baking tray with cling wrap and this will work just as well. You'll just have to cut out your gummies. I'm going to put a link for this mold along with the recipe for my gummy bears on biggerbolderbaking.com. If you're using a mold, lay it into a tray before you start filling it up. Pour your mix into a jug with a small spout so it's easy to pour it into the molds. And also if you see any bubbles floating on top, just scoop that away with a spoon. Now just very slowly fill up all of your molds with your gummy mix. If you see any little air bubbles, just pop them with your finger. So when I worked as a pastry chef, one of my jobs was to make the sweets for after dinner. And every night we made pâte à fouille, which is exactly what this is. It's kind of like a fruit paste. Okay, and that's them done. So now remember, you don't just have to make strawberry, you can make any flavor you like. I also made blueberry homemade gummies and orange flavored homemade gummies. The orange flavor is particularly easy because you just use orange juice instead of a puree. Once you've filled your molds, we're going to put our gummy bears in the fridge overnight so they can set. If you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out when I upload a new one. So I made these gummy bears yesterday because I wanted them to be nice and set so I could show you. If you're using a mold, just go very gently to ease out your gummy bear. You don't want to damage him. Just look at this little gummy. He is adorable. And the best thing about it is you made him and you know exactly what went into him. It's all good ingredients. You can create any fruit flavors you like, so the possibilities are endless. Don't forget to head over to my website, biggerbolderbaking.com, where there's a recipe on how you can make your own sour gummies. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next Thursday for more Bigger Bolder Baking.
Let's do a wrap. Pew pew!
Pew, pew, pew.